This is one of the important questions which we are going to solve today. और ये आप समझ सकते हैं कि थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल क्वेश्चन भी आप इसको कह सकते हैं, मतलब particularly O level के point of view से. So we are doing O level accounting. This is your teacher Harrisburg, and today I am going to solve. We are doing partnership accounts, and for partnership accounts on my YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Harris, we are going to do the question of October, November 22 for partnership accounts. So let's see. Sam and Tom are in partnership, sharing profit and losses in the proportion to capital invested. It means कि जो उनकी the profit and loss sharing ratio will be in their capital balance amounts, according to their capital balance amounts. Means capital ratio. Let's calculate the capital ratio. That is 15:10, or you might consider it 3:2, right? You might consider it as 3/5 and 2/5. Am I right? That's it. 15:10 is going to be the capital ratio in which profit and loss is going to be shared between S and T. Let's move forward for this question. The partnership agreement states the following: interest on capital is allowed at 6% per annum. Sam is allowed a salary of 20,000 per annum because he is providing services. Interest on drawing is charged at 3% per annum, charged for each proportion of the year. This is the important point. Charged for each proportion of the year. If you just look at the question, you will see that proportion of the year means that drawings made during the year were given in some proportion. Like 1st April onwards, drawings were 8,000 and for Tom is 10,000. But on 1st October, Sam has gone for more drawings of 6,000 and Tom has gone for 12,000. It means till 1st October, our year starts on Our year starts on 1st April 2021 and ends on 31st March 2022. So from April to October, the drawings were for S 8,000 and for T 10,000. But from October to March, for 6 months, the drawings of S is 14,000. 8,000 which he has withdrawn in the previous 6 months, and in the next 6 months he has drawn more 6,000. So the total drawings for the next 6 months is going to be 14,000 for S, and for T 10,000 for the first 6 months, but in the last 6 months it is 22,000, including 10 and 12,000. So that is 22,000. Okay. Now let's prepare the profit and loss appropriation account. Let's do this. I'm going to prepare the profit and loss appropriation account for you. And then in this question, we are also going to prepare the balance sheet also, because it is required in the question. So profit and loss appropriation account, we will go for the dollar signs. And this will start from the profit for the year. Sir, how we got the profit for the year? Profit for the year has come after the preparation of statement of profit and loss. We have prepared statement of profit and loss, and from there, from the income statement, we have calculated the profit for the year, which is already given in the question. Let's see where it is given. Let's find out. Drawings, capital account. Where is the profit? Oh, let's find out the profit. The profit for the year before appropriation for the year ended 31st March 2022 is 59,190. So I can write here 59,190. If there will be interest on loan, I would have subtracted it, and interest on loan on interest on partner's loan will also come on the credit side of the partner's current account. We will add interest on drawing, obviously, S and T. So this is the most important point regarding this question, other than the balance sheet. For S, the interest on drawing is going to be 3%, but that is going to be charged for each proportion of the year. So the drawing for S is 8,000 in the first 6 months, but in the next 6 months, it is going to be 14,000. So let's calculate it. Let's calculate it over here because the place is not that much. 8,000 multiplied by 3% into 6/12 plus 14,000 into 3% into 6/12. Why, sir? Because the interest on drawing for the first 6 months, the drawings were 8,000, and for 6 months, 3% into 6/12 is the interest on drawing. Plus, for the next 6 months, the drawings were 8,000 plus 6,000, which has been withdrawn more by S, that is 14,000, and we will calculate interest on drawing for the last 6 months, 14,000 into 3% into 6/12. Now you have to add up these two interests to get the amount of interest on drawings for S. So please tell me, what is the amount we will get? You need to tell me for that. Anybody? Okay. If you want me to calculate it, I can do this for you. 8,000 into 3% into 6/12, that is 120. And then 14,000 into 3% into 6/12, that is 210. So 120 for the first 6 months and 210 for the last 6 months. The total interest on drawing is going to be 330. You got it? I hope so that you got it. If you have any problem, you can ask me directly. Now let's talk about T. The drawings for T for the first 6 months are 10,000, and for the last 6 months, the drawings for T are 12,000. The percentage of the interest on capital, interest on drawing is 3%. So 10,000 into 3% into 6/12 plus 22,000, because more drawings have been done by T, 12,000. So the total drawings for the last 6 months are 22,000 into 3% into 6/12. You will get the interest on drawing for T, and that will become 150 for the first half. And if we talk about the second one, that is 330. So I will write here 150 for the first 6 months and 330 for the last 6 months. So the total is going to be 480. If I'm not wrong, I want you to calculate it with me. That will help me out, and that will help us also. So add interest on drawing. I will add interest on drawing. That is going to be 330 plus 480. That is going to be 810. So the interest on drawing is 810. So add interest on drawing 810. What is going to be the answer? 59190 plus 810. The answer is going to be 60,000. Now I will subtract less interest on capital, and definitely then I will subtract the salary also, whatever be the salary has been taken by any of the partner. So let's talk about interest on capital. Interest on capital is allowed at 6% per annum. It is given here. That is 6% per annum. Let's see. The capitals are 1,50,000 and 1 lakh, and we are supposed to make the payment of 6% on their respective capitals. So 1,50,000 into 6%, that is going to be 9,000, and 1 lakh multiplied by 6%, that is going to be 6,000. So the total interest on capital, which needs to be subtracted from the profit, is going to be 15,000. So we are going to subtract 60,000 minus 15,000. The answer we are going to get is going to be 45,000. Now we have to subtract salary. If any of the partner is getting salary, Sam is allowed a salary of 20,000 per annum. So let's do it. Less salary to Sam. Why? Because we have to pay Sam the salary, whatever services he is providing to the business. Interest on drawing will be charged by the business from partners. That is why it is added in profit and subtracted from current account. Interest on capital will be given to the partners. That is why it is subtracted from profit and added in current account, or will be written on the credit side of current account like salary. 45,000 minus 20,000 is going to be 25,000, and that is going to be your profit share. So profit share for S and T will be in their capital ratio, which is 3/5 and 2/5. Can you please tell me 25,000 into 3/5 will become 15,000, and 25,000 into 2/5 will become 10,000, and the total is going to be 25,000 for our part of the syllabus. That's it. So we are done with the profit and loss appropriation account, but there is a point of interest on drawing, and for which I have gone through that part very easily and very in detail. I have discussed with you. Let's go for the next part of the question, because it has come in October, November 22, and we are done with the profit and loss appropriation account. Next part is that the current account balance on 1st April were Syam 3,000 credit, so he is having a profit in current account, but for Tom 7,000 debit, so he is having a loss in the current account. Prepare the extract of the statement of financial position of Syam and Tom that shows the capital account and full details of their current account at 31st March 2022. So let's prepare the current account first, and then we can prepare the statement of financial position. Always remember that the statement of financial position will be prepared in the same manner as before. Like we used to prepare the statement of financial position, we used to start it from non-current assets, then current assets, then total assets. That's fine. Examiner didn't require us to prepare that, neither the data is given. Second part is equity and liabilities. We will write capital, which will remain fixed, 1,50,000 and 2,50,000. And then we are going to write the balance of the current accounts. And for that, I am going to prepare the current accounts in front of you for both the partners, like for S and for T, the debit side, and the credit side of S and T, so that I can write it in the statement of financial position. Okay, so let's prepare it. Here I am going to go for the balances like this, and I am going to go for a T account. So current account is basically a T account of profit and losses regarding S and T. It is prepared in the form of T account of current account, but they are prepared in the same format, but they are prepared separately for S and T, but in the same format. Let's first write the balances. Syam has the balance in the current account, which is 3,000 credit, and T is having 7,000 debit. So Syam is having a profit of 3,000 from previous years, and Tom has a loss of 7,000 from the previous year. Now, first of all, we need to add profit into this. So whatever amount needs to be added, it will come on the credit side, and whatever amount needs to be subtracted, it will come on the debit side. But nothing will be done through capital account. All the items will be dealt through current account. So profit share for S is 15,000 and for T is 10,000. Okay. Now drawings, we used to subtract drawings from it. So it will come on the debit side. For S, the drawings are going to be, total drawings, I must say, are going to be 14,000 for S by totaling the 2 6 months drawings, and 22,000 for T for both 6 months. Now, I used to see the appropriation account. I have to look for the appropriation account. All those things which are added will be subtracted from current account, and all those things which are subtracted will be added in current account. Adding means those things which comes on the credit side will increase current account, and those things which comes on the debit side will decrease current account. According to that criteria, we will prepare the current account because current account is a part of capital account. So capital is always having a credit balance. Same is the case with salary we are giving to S. So it needs to be credited. That is going to be in his current account 20,000. Then interest on capital, that will also be given to the partners. It will come on the credit side, like that is 9,000 for S and 6,000 for T. Then comes the interest on drawings. It will come on the debit side because it is added, and from here it is going to be subtracted. That is 330 for S and 480 for T. Okay, that's it. There is no interest on loan. Otherwise, it will also come on the credit side of the respective current account balance who have given the loan. I will go for the total. If you just look at the question, the total of the current account of S is higher. Right side is bigger. So let's go for the total. 35 and 12,000, that is 47,000. Here I will also write 47,000. And now you are going to write the carried down. So I want you to tell me the carried down, that how it comes actually. Right? 47,000 minus 14,000 and 330. Answer will be 32670. Okay. Now I will go with the T. The total of the T current account, the debit side is heavier. So T was having a loss of 7,000 in the past, and it looks that either even this year he is continue with the loss. The total is going to be 29480. And here I will write the total in the same manner, 29480. And here I will write the balance carried down with the in T. Let's go for the calculation. So that is going to be 29480 minus 16,000. So the loss has been increased 13480. So loss of 7,000 has been increased, of T has been increased to 13480 by almost 6,000. And for S, their profit has increased to 32670 from 3,000. Because of the reason that he is getting higher share of profit, but he is getting salary also. And he is also going for less drawings. T is not getting salary with the less profit share, and he is also going for more drawings. That is why his loss has been increased from 7,000 to 13480. Now, I'm going to prepare the balance sheet section, which is very, very easy because non-current asset, current asset, total assets will remain the same. Non-current liabilities, current liabilities will be written in the same manner. There is no change. Only change will come in the capital accounts. Capital will remain fixed for S and for T, and capitals are already given. We know that for S the capital is 1,50,000, and for T the capital is 1 lakh. So the total amount for capital are going to be 2,50,000. Now I'm going to write the current accounts. Right? So current accounts, we have already calculated the balance of current accounts for S and T. For S, we have a credit balance of 32670, which is a positive balance actually. And for T, we have a debit balance for 13480, which is a negative balance. So we will write down in brackets because it is a loss for T, which we are supposed to record in the statement of financial position. So there is going to be a loss of in the current account of T. Now I will go for the answer and I will write it in the outer column. That is 32670, which is positive actually because credit balance means positive. Capital is always having a credit balance. That's why we have written the capital accounts in positive balances. And I'm going to subtract 32670 minus 13480. The answer is 19190, which I am going to write over here. Here, 19190, which is a positive balance that we have in both current accounts. Total is basically positive, which is 19190. Other things will definitely come in the same manner, like non-current assets, like current assets, and like current liabilities and non-current liabilities. So this is how we continue with this question. I hope so that you have understood all the things properly. It's quite easy, not that difficult, but if there is any problem, you can ask me directly. So let's see any other part which is remaining. Any problem you can ask me, otherwise I will move forward. Okay. Statement of financial position, we have already done with that. 8 numbers are there. Explain the significance of a debit balance in a partner's current account. As I discussed with you, the debit balance means that partners is having a loss in his current account. Maybe he has gone for more drawings. That is why he is facing a loss, or he is having a less share of profit, or he has gone for more drawings. These are the reasons that the partner can have a debit balance, or he can have previous year losses also, which has come forward in the current year. Sam and Tom prepare their financial statement on a going concern basis. Explain the accounting principle of going concern. The going concern concept says this business will continue to operate and it will not close down. Business will continue to operate for unforeseeable future time period. We assume at the start of the business, the purpose is to run the business for good. We will not continue the business to close it down. Even if we are going to have a loss, we will continue the business in this case that this loss will be converted into profit in the next year. On the same way, closing inventory at the end of the year will become the opening inventory of the next year, because next year business will continue. Trade receivable and trade payables at the end of the year will become the trade receivable and trade payable at the beginning because of the going concern concept. Same is the case with non-current assets, that non-current assets are used for unknown future. They are used for more than 1 year. They are not for resale purpose. That is also an application of going concern, because we believe that business will continue to operate. So that's why we can purchase non-current assets for a longer period of time for unknown future according to going concern. Right? Thank you very much. Any problem you can ask me. Inshallah ta'ala, I will see you in the next class. But if you have any problem, you can ask me any question. You need to solve all these questions. This question I have done yesterday, May, June 21, and we have done it in the most appropriate manner. And now I will look forward to do some more questions regarding the statement of financial position. And that's it. This is how the chapter is going to be finished. So hopefully I will believe that tomorrow maybe I will go for 1-2 questions, and that will be the end of the chapter. And then we can start for regarding the company accounts. And then we will move towards incomplete record and non-profit organization, which will be the most important part of your syllabus. But if you, generally speaking, I'm telling you that non-profit organization and incomplete record will not be part of your exam in May, June attempt. I can't guarantee you, but you know that my guesses are always 100%. So hopefully, incomplete record and non-profit organization, which are the most difficult questions, will not come in May, June, but there is always a possibility. So, inshallah, we will be able to handle it more appropriately and in a much better way. Thank you very much. Take care. Allah Hafiz. Any question you want to ask, you can.